Okay, so I completely botched volume 1, the first cut of this video. Now, already, I'm not sure if I'm going to upload this because I'm going to keep it on the iPad, recording on the iPad. But I'll delete it because I might just wait until tomorrow to do my complete birthday haul. Because this is part 1. And part 2 is going to be 2 extra books, and maybe I'll wait until my other... So it's 2 books that I didn't order. It was from someone else. They weren't able. It didn't come in before they came to my house today. So that was just one of those things. And they'll say, we'll get it tomorrow. But I also have 2 books that I ordered that haven't come in yet. One is because it's third-party selling, and one is a pre-order. So I was thinking maybe I'll just wait till then, and then just do part 2 then. That was just it. Or just wait till Monday. Still do 2 parts, but I can still call this complete birthday haul. Because the one of the missing books that I just ordered it later because I didn't know it was volume 3 of a series until much later. Because I have volumes 1, 2. So I'll just say, okay, volume 3 of this book. Just pretend you have it. Pretend I have it. That's what I'll say for tomorrow's video. But I don't know. Maybe we'll do it when we go with my original plan. You guys will know once I upload it, but I don't know. Alright, so finally, my birthday haul. This is part 1, and this is, the majority of the books. Again, there's just 4 more books that I'm waiting on. 2 I'm waiting on, the other 2 I forgot today, but Amazon decided they didn't want to bring it in early. Honestly, I wonder if it came in as she left. Anyways, her house. Anyways, first up we have Son of Hitler, written by... Why did I just do Butterfingers? As a new power. Every 5 minutes, my finger turned to butter, and I dropped something that I should not have been able to drop. Just clumsy, I guess. Alright, so this is written by Anthony Del Cole and Jeff Moore, with artwork done by Jeff McComsey. I actually did not make sure I did not look up to make sure that this is the only thing these guys have written for imagecomics. Yes, I am that weird in that particular. There's the artwork for Son of Hitler. So for me, if I find out there's another series that's affordable, I can get I can get. It's not overpriced, used good, and there's no used new or used very good. I will want that book, and it's even if so I have read this book before. To be fair, I did like it, but even if I haven't read this book before, I still want to get everything the author has written for Image Comics. That's why I've not gotten any more Mark Millar books or any more Joe Casey books, because those are so many books I need from that author. I don't want to get him some of them I get this month and then some I get next month, split it in between months. No, I want to get all at once. That's why I'll probably never get caught up on my Rick Remender lot from Image Comics. And what's good about this fat stack of comics that I have, and even more coming in within the next few days. What's good about that is I can take out the ones that are incomplete and then replace them with ones that are complete. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. But anyways, let's get on with it because I'm prattling on. This one I read before. I liked it. I thought it was pretty damn good. But the next one that's also a Nazi book deals with Nazis. I thought was a hell of a lot better. And that is Simon Says. Now, both of these are books that I got at the library a long time ago, and I like them so much that I want to buy them myself. And you will see that this month I did get, I guess you could say, a bit carried away, but there was nothing else I could have gotten instead. I would have wanted instead. All these books I got, I wanted them. There was nothing else I was oh, I could have gotten this. No, that never crossed my mind. The only thing is, with this book, I got this book used very good. I could have gotten it used new if I paid more attention. I swear to God, when I put this book in to be ordered, on my burner account, it did. The used new went away. It said no more used news. You can only get it used very good, and that's why I had to sacrifice and get it used very good. But honestly, this you can't really tell. A little bit of a spine tick here, a little bend, but I mean, for used very good, that's pretty damn good. Now here, so written by, I'm going to assume so at least. It's not giving me any specifics. That's written by Andre R. Fatino, and with artwork done by Jesse Lee. Again, a series I really liked. I believe it's based off a true story. This is how to do a World War II comic, in my opinion. And again, I believe it was based off a true story. Not saying a word for it Next up is Krampus, written by Brian Hoynes, and with artwork done by Dean Kotz. Now this is a good example of why I don't mind getting used very good, because this should be used very good, but it was new condition sold by Amazon. So that's why I'm not usually like so up in arms anymore when Amazon will send me a book that's a little bit bent out of shape, because I know that, because it's like, well, I have a book that has this many blemishes on you with a used very good book. That's why I'm so comfortable, mostly comfortable, with getting used very good and used like new from third-party sellers. Because some of them could lie. Some of them could say, oh yeah, it's used like new. I mean, there's just a few things wrong with it. Like, a good example is a book that got used very good from Amazon. That was my second copy of the book, because the first book, the binding broke, of The Couriers by Brian Wood. Volume 2 was just like so many blemishes on it. It was like, no, this is used good. Don't lie to me. And this one collects 1 through 5 of Krampus. The first two were was known as original graphic novels, where it collects it's just all new material. This at least collects issues that were previously published. Like, there's a 5-issue miniseries called Krampus that originally came in floppies. And then why am I going like way in depth into it? You guys know what that means. You should know what that means, by the way. You should know what that means. At least. I know some of you guys I don't know what any of these books are, and I understand that, but you should know what issues of books of comics are. I think even people who are like, even someone like my sister would know what that means. Although maybe not. I don't know. Next up is another Brian Joines book, and that is Secret Identities. This is written again by this is all 7 issues of the series. Oh no, it's co-authored by J. Farbier. Of course, this is very weird printing in the book, because it's, first of all, half the book is upside down. Not half the book, sorry. First issue is upside down. And I really hope that's just the way the book is meant to be printed. It's not it's not a misprint. If it is, fine. That's the only misprint about it, everything else is fine. It's just the first issue is upside down. But it's not saying anything about the co-authors, which I don't like. It starts like right here. There's no indication that this book was damaged. I guess missing pages. Yeah, it's definitely a good amount of pages for chapter 1. Yeah, I guess chapter 1 is just upside down. Is it all chapter 1? Yep, it is all chapter 1. Okay, there we go. There's a table of contents. Okay, so story by Brian Hoynes. Story edits by J. Farbear. Ooh, edits. So, J. Farbear, this is the only book I have by him from Image. He's written a lot for Image. That's why I haven't dug deep into his work, even though I really like his work. And art by Elias. I don't want to say it's Elias. It's not spelled the way I know Elias is spelled. I want to say it's Elias. Elias Crisis. It's a weird way of spelling his name. And 1 through 7 of Secret Identity. So yeah, this is obviously, as you can tell, it's upside down. I don't know if they're going for an aesthetic. I hope they were, but yeah. I mean, again, if that's the only thing wrong with it, then so be it. Yeah, 1 through 7 of Secret Identities. And you can tell it's a superhero book. It shows the artwork. I'll show the artwork in a later issue, so it's not upside down. Here's the artwork for Secret Identities. Superhero comic. And it's funny is that I got this confused with another book that I bought. I always I'm confused. No, this one's written by Paul Jenkins, and the other book's written by Brian Hoynes. No, it's not. I always get mixed up. It's kind of funny because they're both superhero comics. I guess why. And they both have like superhero comic names. The other one's called Sidekick by Paul Jenkins. I always get confused with Secret Identity with Brian Hoynes. Suburban Glamour by Jane McKelvey, collecting 1 through 4 of Suburban Glamour. This one I thought was decent enough. Not as good as their magnum opus, which is up next, but good enough. It was adequate enough. I liked it enough to want to read it again. So, all these books, I don't think I have to keep mentioning it, but all these books that I read before, I'm like, oh, I read it before, I really liked it. It was because my library had it, and I just wanted to buy it myself. I like doing that. I mean, the main reason is because asked me, "Oh, I've been reading those books, you know, because you can only go to the library if you read some of the books you've." Because I did that a while ago, and I was like, "Yeah, I have," and I had read before, so I'd say, "Oh yeah." So I'm going to the library pretty soon here. Not right away. So that's another thing. So a brief little update before I go back into things. A little intermission, if you will. Going back to the library, it's going to be a while. And that's mostly my choice. First of all, it's just because of how busy this week has been. I've had more days where I've done more than I usually do. Not a whole lot. It's like I was like out all day or anything like that. No, God no. It was just because I had more things to do. I had more things to do, and I kept forgetting. Not kept forgetting. I kept not. I was never. Sometimes I wasn't in a mood to watch a movie. I rented a lot of movies, so I was like, yeah, I'm not in the mood to watch a movie tonight. We'll do it tomorrow night. That kept happening. So I'm behind on not only the books but the movies too, and I gotta return them pretty soon here. So what I'm gonna do is the next time I go to the library, it'll be to return them. And also, my ride, her hand was injured, her fingers got injured, so she couldn't drive for a little while there. And even now, it's just to and from her house. It's like mandatory. She has to do that. It's not like library. She doesn't have to go to the library. So that's being put on hold for now. And then on June 6th, we're getting the hardwood floors redone, so I'm gonna be out of the house. I'm not gonna want to bring my whole fat stack of library books with me. You know. That's that. That was a quick little update. Now on to the magnum opus and probably the book that I got. The series that I got that I'm the most excited about that I've read before. There is another one I'm excited about, but it's more the author. But this one is, I have read all 9 volumes of this series, and this is The Wicked and the Divine. An absolutely phenomenal series from Kieran Gillen, Jimmy McKelvey, and Matt Wilson. Kieran Gillen being the author, Jimmy McKelvey being the artist, and Matthew Wilson being the colorist. Again, absolutely phenomenal series. Now, unfortunately, even though this is not volume 1, but I'm still going to show the artwork from it. That's so my like golden rule for showing up the artwork for books. I only do it for volume 1. This is better 2-page spread. But I only do actually. Whoopsies, that's a spoiler. No, it's not. Never mind. But I don't want to spoil anything for people. And sometimes, like, you can have an issue, say the first volume collects 1 through 6. Issue 7 can open on a huge ass spoiler from volume 1, or a spoiler in general. So that's why I do it and especially within the first few pages of volume 1. So another little tangent, tangent. A little tangent / rant was from Half Price Books. Now, Half Price Books, they put 1 book in per order. So if you order 2 books from them, 1 goes in 1 box and 1 goes in the other box. It's not a box; it's a little bag. That does hold the book pretty well, I gotta say. But what they've been doing recently, maybe they always did this, I just never noticed. I don't usually order from them. It's usually my birthday and Christmas, just because of the fact that I only order from Half Price Books as a last resort. Because they're not the best third-party sellers. So only as a last resort do I order from these people. And recently what they did was they were like, and again, maybe this was, they did it all the time, I just never noticed, was they would do something like this. They'd be like, alright, so let's put this one in here, this one in this box. Okay, now, they're going to deliver on different days. So even though it says delivery date is the 24th, and it's out for delivery on the 24th, it's entirely possible you got this book yesterday and this book today. But you only know about this book being in, it's just, these 2 books. I know I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it, but basically TLDR is, I ordered 2 books, I got 1 book one day and 1 book the other day, and I didn't know what book was what, so I was like, I'm missing a book, and I was very pissed, because I was like, are we sure? And when I noticed that was happening, I was already a day late. So I was like, okay, this book didn't come in, what the hell is this book? And I was very pissed. I got, like, super agitated one afternoon. I was already, like, that day was only a bad day for me. So I, like, smacked the hell out of my mailbox. Thank God that thing stayed, I wasn't hitting it that hard, so, like, it stayed intact. And it's just, like, it's made out of stone. It's a stone, like, that holds, it's like a little rinky-dink wood that holds it up. It's like smack the hell out of the mailbox. Like, what the fuck? Come on! But no, I was just behind. It was my fault. It was on me, not on them. I hope it made sense to you guys. Okay, so they did 1 through 4 and 1 through 7 through 5. Okay, so Volume 2 collects 6 to 11. Volume 3 collects 12 to 17. Volume 4 collects 18 to 22. Why did I not say that was right? Yeah, sorry. 18 to 22 for Volume 4. Volume 5 collects... I'll say what the volumes are called after. I'm going to do Volume 5, Imperial Phase Part 1. That'll be in my complete... This will be out at least in 2 parts. So I'll have my complete May haul on June 1st. And that'll be a more in-depth kind of video. 23 to 28 for Volume 5. Why do I keep thinking I'm like one behind? Wait, like we're already at this issue? What the hell? Why do I keep doing that to myself? Alright. Wicked and Divine Volume 6. Yep, 6 is 29 to 33. Volume 7 is 34 to 39. Volume 8, honestly my least favorite volume, because it was the most Sandman-y of all the volumes in the series. And there's just a bunch of like one-shots and flashback stories, so it was the Wicked and Divine Essential Specials, including the Christmas Annual and the Funnies. It's all 6 of these, so I could check it. Now, some of these, what was actually really cool about this series is that some issues were not drawn by the same, and colored by the same people. So you had some guest artists, and that was really cool to see. Okay, so we have... so we're going to Divine Specials. I was not saying, but it's all the specials of the entire series. Like every special that was in Wicked and Divine is all collected in one volume. And some of these you can kind of tell, not even I can't really tell. Some of these are used very good, but I can't tell which is nice. I think Volume 8 because that was a super stutter. My God. Because Volume 8 was my least favorite volume, I didn't mind having to sacrifice and get used very good. So again, some of these I had to get used very good if I wanted to get everything that I had on my list. And Volume 9 is 40 to 45 of the series. I actually nominated, why not winning? Because Heartstopper, Volume 400 came out that year. And even though the Eisner, the people that are in charge of the Eisners, even though they didn't read the book, they just automatically made it win. Like every year, there's always a gay book. It's the gay book too. Like, there's gay representation. Maybe because it's not in your face, and that's why. It needs to be more in your face. But yes, Volume 9, I believe in the volume. So all 45 issues plus all the specials collected within 9 volumes. Again, Volume 1 I had just forever. Did I mention that this cut? So for the longest time, I was just I had Volume 1 this year. So I was a quantity of a quality guy for a while there. And it got even worse, and I realized, oh, a lot of Image Comics is Volume 1s are $10. Cool. And I just, for the longest time, I would just do like a bunch of Volume 1s. And I never continued on the series. At least with Wicked and Divine, I did start reading it. Found out my library had the next few volumes, and then I went on from there. But still, it's like, why would I even do that? I know why I did it, but like, still, what's this? Just why? Why in general? So this one is Olympia, and it collects 1 through 5 of Olympia, and it's written by Kurt Pyers, and I know and Tony Pyers. It's father-son duo, and it's about a superhero that comes to life. Even the comic comes to life, but it's also a more grounded and personal story between these two writers, because his father has going through cancer. So I guess one of the things they wanted to do was to write a book together, and it's just really like reading the back of this book like that. It's like, okay, I'm getting this book now. Now Kurt Pyers probably has, next to Scott Snyder, it has the world record for writing the most Comixology original comics. And Comixology Originals, all those books, not all of them. I don't know exactly how you like the actual Comixology Originals. Those are all, you can all read for free if you have a Prime reading account, and I do. I have Amazon Prime, so they give us Prime reading for free, so I can read all of those for free. It's so nice. So I'm gonna have a lot to read from Kurt Pyers. But yes, Olympia by Kurt Pyers. I'll show the artwork. This was one I had gotten a message on Instagram and told him, oh yeah, my birthday's coming up. It was a and it's a very good thing to do, by the way, too. It was just checking up on everybody, making sure everyone's feeling well. It's within the community of Instagram. You're making sure everyone's, feeling all right, and they're, on their best, all that shit. I don't know why I'm saying it so strangely, but when them messaged me and I was telling them my birthday was coming up, I mentioned this book. So this is one I'll probably read first, but no rush, honestly. And you guys know me, you know who I am. So it's a must. Actually, it's a good thing in the back here. So a must-have for fans of Jack Kirby comics and Steven Spielberg films. Because reading the back of it, it did seem like a lot like those kinds of movies. So here you go. And I got the other Kurt Pyers series, Image Comics series, Indigo Children. This is volume 1. I don't know why both of them say volume 1. There's no indication of volume 2. And this one collects 1 through 6 of Indigo Children. Nice, both Kieran Gillen and Matt Kent give it high praise. That's pretty cool. Of course, Kieran Gillen in the back here does not credit his work on Wicked and Divine. It credits his work on Immortal X-Men. No idea why they do that. Usually, they like to do something that they own. It's very good they did that. At least Matt Kent had written for anything for Image Comics at that time. I just think that's weird. So here's the artwork for Indigo Children. This is one I had seen a long time ago. And I just like, you know what, let's get it this month. Oh, and also Indigo Children issue 1 is free on Kindle. For anyone and everyone's free on the Kindle. So if you're interested in what I said about the book interested you, or you want to read it before I did, and recommend it before I recommend it, then you go. Well, not recommend before I recommend it, but at least recommend issue 1. Before I read issue 1, and there you go. So this series is Loaded Bible. Now, if you guys caught my review of Nightwing by Tim Seeley, you will know he is my least favorite author. So why did I get this book? I mean, it sounds pretty cool. No, I got this book because Volume 2 is co-written by one of my, I wouldn't say favorite authors, but one of my, if I made a list of all my favorite authors, he'd be on them. He's a good author, Steve Orlando. It's co-written by Steve Orlando. So Volume 1, Loaded Bible Book 1, is written by Tim Seeley, with artwork done by, you're going to say? You're not going to say, are you? So, they print it very weird. Oh, so, writer Tim Seeley, based on a concept between Tim and Steve Seeley. So, someone he's related to. Artist is Mike Engler. I'll show it here. There you go. Here's the credits page. And I believe this collects. Here, sorry, it's a little hard to see the glare. This one collects, I believe, 1 through 6, or 1 through 5. Where is the table of contents? There it is. The credits page. Oh my God! How did they do that? All right, so. Loaded Bible issues 1 through 5. Almost looks like 1 through 3, but look at what they use for the printing. It's so hard to see. If it's any darker than, yeah, 1 through 3. All right. And this one collects Blood of My Father, Blood of My Blood, 1 through 6. Yeah, this is the one I was more excited. This was the one I was most excited about. For whatever reason, this book came out. The trade came out ages after issue 6 came out. Image Comics usually is a month or 2, if not sooner, than issue 6 comes out. Issue 6 comes out, and immediately, a month or 2 later, the trade comes out. The trade is actually solicited while the series is still going on. That's why a lot of times you'll see the dates change. Originally being May 27, 2024. Oh, now it's June 18th. Now it's July 24th. And that's usually because they're behind on the actual issues themselves. It makes sense, obviously. Yeah, I'm back here. Yeah, I assume 1 through 3 from Volume 1. Yeah, mainly got it for Volume 2. And actually, you know what? I'll show the artwork for Volume 2. Why not? I believe it was like Jesus versus vampires or something. It was some twist. I was like, alright, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Steve Orlando. This is finally the last of what I need from Steve Orlando. Like, it just kept happening. When I stutter so much, my stutter is like terrible. But it just kept happening to where what kept happening was like, I'm saying it's so weird. It was like, oh, this series is coming out. Oh wait, I didn't know that Steve Orlando had another series coming out, and oh, this one, oh, we didn't credit everything. So Image Comics on their website, they'll say, so you can go on their website, and sometimes they don't have their own dedicated page, but most of the authors have their own dedicated page on Image Comics. And you'll check it and be like, okay, so this is everything the guy has written for Image Comics, right? No. I would say 9 out of 10 times it's everything but like one book you don't credit. Like a good example is Steve Orlando. There's a series called Undertow that's not credited under, even though he wrote it. It's not co-author. He did the script for it, or he didn't do too much. But no, he wrote the entire book, and it's not credited on his Image Comics page. It's not that it's too old. They have super old books on there. It's just a weird thing for Image Comics to do. Again, like I said before, I would not mind if they took the website down for a week or so, or maybe in a month. A month would be a bit too long. But for a little bit, just so they could update everything. I don't know why they don't do that. It's a really weird thing that Image Comics does. And even series that I don't think anything new they wouldn't credit, they would leave uncredited. It's a weird thing. And I don't think it's anything the authors themselves said, oh yeah, I don't want you to credit that. No, it's just in general. It's very weird. So let's move on. So this is the series that Volume 3 I found out too late. There was Volume 3 of the series. I did order it, but it's coming in sometime soon. It's from a third-party seller, so they say sometime soon. I didn't want to say anything. But this is Blue Estate Volumes 1 and 2. Volume 3 of which is coming, again, sometime soon. Now, this is written by an author I don't even know. This is Victor Klavachev's Blue Estate. Volume 1. God, this keeps happening. Fucking ring. Just trying to disturb, honestly. So yeah. I believe it's 4 issues. It's 12 issues total, it looks like. But I'm not seeing anything, like, specifics. Like Canada 1650. I got it for a lot less than that. But this one, so I'll show the artwork. So this is one of the ones that I think it was the first time I ever saw a super cheap book. Well, one of the first times I saw a super cheap book from Bookhouse Boys. And that's where I got Volume 2 from. So Volume 2 came from the Bookhouse Boys. Used like new. Can't even tell there's anything wrong with it. They are a third-party seller off Amazon. Now, it's shipped by Amazon shipping, but sold by a third-party seller. And you can never find anything that cheap unless it's in terrible condition for less than $10. And I've been finding things from the Bookhouse Boys for cheap prices. And it was just, that was one of the very first books I saw, but Volume 1 wasn't even on Amazon, and I didn't want to wait. I was like, I'm not waiting until, no, not doing that. Not waiting until, whenever Volume 1 would come in. So we're just going to get Volume 2 for our birthday, along with Volume 1 and the other book from him. But yes, Blue Estate, Volumes 1 and 2, Victor Kalachev. Actually, I did show the artwork. I always like to do that, because just showing the book itself, like, this is a good example. This is Son of Shaolin. That doesn't really sell the book too well. It's funny that White is one of the authors as his last name. It's like almost all white cover. It's completely white. So written by Jay Longino, creator and writer, and Kanian White is the artist. And this is an OGN. This is a very, very short book. I remember liking it a lot. Again, it's actually one that my local library has. Like not even not even like the library like that. I'll have to wait for a few days. It's an interloan book. I mean the library I go to pick up books. It has that in stock. And it's always in stock because it's not that old a book. But yeah, I remember liking it. The next one I got, surprisingly, from a third-party seller, and it was new condition, and it was cheap. It was like $8 plus $4 worth of shipping. And it was, actually, when I went to look up this book, it was the first thing you saw. Like, it wasn't even showing the Amazon's price. And that usually never happens. Usually it's used, like, new or used very good. You know, it's a new book, but it's like, how does it, how do you knock it down to used very good if it just came out? But anyways, this book is The Savage Strength of Starstorm. Not the Savage Sword of Conan, but the Savage Strength of Starstorm. This was one I was originally going to get from my cousin that I didn't see today, so I didn't ask anything from them. And also, I was told to have them ask me before I asked them. And it's like, you know what? They're not even coming, so who cares? This one I just had seen. I was like, you know what? Let's get this book. It's a new book. I wanted to get, at the time, I wasn't sure how many books I was going to get that. Because every month I've been trying to get since March. March. Ever since March, we're trying to get one book, at least one book per month. That's 2024. A new book from Image. I don't know why, but it was like, you know what? It was also kind of one of those things where I was like, oh, I didn't realize that I've been doing that. But let's continue that streak. Okay, so story and art is done by Drew Craig, and colored and lettered by Jason Feinstone. Yeah, one of those artist turns authors that I recognized. Can't tell you anything off the top of my head they've written, but along with Wes Craig, it was one of those guys. Like, I mean, Wes Craig, I'm not gonna say Deadly Class, but other than that, I couldn't tell you before I got Kai. I couldn't tell you what he had drawn. What he had drawn for other than Deadly Class, or what series he had drawn other than Deadly Class. Out the top of my head. And this is 1 through 4 of Savage Strength. Pretty thick book for only, I think, 4 issues. I do gotta say. Next book is three volumes. And it's a webcomic before it was a series. So I'm gonna say OGN, and that is Hinges, written and drawn by Meredith McLaren. This is one of those ones I'd seen. I was like, you know what? For Christmas, I got Black Cloak, which is drawn by her. And it's like, you know what? Let's do another one of these artists turned authors. Authors turned artists. It was a long time coming, too. For the longest time, I was like, yeah, I want to get that. You can tell back here, there's some dirt. This is a series I was kind of on the fence of whether I wanted to get to begin with. So I didn't mind doing Use Very Good. Because Use Very Good, like, hardly has ever, knock on wood, has hardly ever meant that, a Use Very Good book hasn't come in, except for Couriers, has come in and been like, that's not Use Very Good at all. Like, it's torn, missing pages, even Couriers, this didn't happen. Missing pages, books falling apart in my hands, there's dirt and shit on it. Yeah, this one, like, some of them have, like, a little bit, like little dirt and, like, little specks of whatever the hell. Actually, I think this is how the book looks itself, by the way. Anyways, so I think it's the fault of third-party seller. Yeah, Hinges book 2 and Hinges book 3. This one, it's right, each red one, cool. Next one I've also read, and I thought was decent enough. Again, I'm going to give it a second chance. This is Ram V's Blue and Green. Another reason why I got this book is there's another blue book that I got, and also adding the other one. No, it doesn't. I was gonna say they're both jazz books, but only this one's a jazz book. But I remember, just fell right out. I remember liking this one enough. I'll keep that. Again, I don't know if I mentioned in this cut, but I like keeping the invoices. Yeah, here's the artwork for it. So written by Ram V, but the artist is Anand R.K. is the artist, and John Pearson is the color artist. And here's the art. This is a better page to show. In 1 through 3. That was another thing about the book, and each issue was like super long. Here's the previously mentioned Paul Jenkins book, Paul Jenkins' sidekick. I got confused with Ryan Joines' book, Secret Identity. You can already tell his stickers on here, so you can tell it was a used very good book. $3. So this is the thing I wanted. It's half price books. Those of you who have bought from like from half price. Yeah, there is actually is. I answered my own question. I was gonna say, do they have their own store you can shop at? That'd be cool. Like Wonder Book, I love to shop in there. I could probably literally just spend my entire life savings just at the Wonder Book facility itself. Wonder Book is amazing. Wonder Book is literally a godsend. Used like new. They package your books in tight bubble wrap in a box. If you order, well, bubble wrap in a box. If you order a lot of books, they give you a free bookmark. They take care of you. They make sure every little thing that you need is taken care of. Like every that little thing. You know what I mean. But Paul Jenkins sidekicks, written by Paul Jenkins, and drawn by, with art done by Chris Moreno. Chapters 1 through 4 is colored by Lynn O'Grady, and Chapter 5 is colored by Camilo Tripp with Stephen S. Struble. So 1 through 5 of Sidekick. Now this one is one of those books. It's a volume 1. It's written by Paul Jenkins, but volumes 2 and 3 are written by someone else. This one I will probably give volumes 2 and 3 and 4 whenever the hell later on, but I only got this book because it was the last Paul Jenkins book I needed from Image Comics. Because Paul Jenkins, I know him like as an author. I loved his Wolverine origin, and his Civil War Frontline book. I really like too. So I know it's gonna be an author I really like, and I want to. And it's also just like it's a publisher I really love and an author I really love. So let's get everything they've done for Image Comics. And that's how it started. I want to say, and I just got carried away from there. Yes, Paul Jenkins sidekicks. Like someone like that Victor Kolchev guy, I've not written it. I don't even know who that guy is. I haven't read anything by him. But if I get one book by him, I need everything by him. And sometimes it works out because like he'll only have read. The author will only have written like 2 or 3 series. It's like, what the hell ever? Why not get that? You know, it's no skin off my back. You know, who the hell cares? Next one, I don't care. I should say. Next one up is The Agency, written by Paul Jenkins with artwork done by Kyle Hawes. And this is 1 through 6, I think. Yes, 1 through 6, and it was 1 through 6. 1 through 6. And you can tell it's an old book because this is even though it's an Image Top Cow book, there's no Image Comics logo here. Just Top Cow on the bottom. But it is indeed an Image comic. Yeah, 1 through 6 of The Agency. Next one up is also written by him, and this is a thick book. This is Tom Judge the Rapture, listing 1 through 9 of Tom Judge the Rapture. And so a little spine tick here, like nothing too bad. So this is what Used Very Good should be, at the very least. What it should be. Like, yeah, I can tell someone's had this before. It has been somewhere else before it went to my house, or my house. I don't know, I said it so weird. You can tell it's you. You can tell that's okay. Maybe it was at a comic book store. No one bought it, so they had to like when the comic book store went out of business. They're like, all right, we gotta sell this, but we gotta use very good because this has been taken on and off the shelf, so shelfware. Yeah, 1 through 9 of Tom Judge the Rapture. Also, it's pretty loose too, and it feels like it almost feels like that's the way the book was printed, not because of the condition of the book itself. They can also tell it was an older book too, because of the artwork. And I believe this one did say it wasn't actually 1 through 9 of the Rapture. It was called something different, like how it was for the Iron and the Maiden book, the Iron Saint. What it was actually called. The trade was called the Iron Saint, but the issues was the Iron and the Maiden. So it is Universe Volume 1, Issues 1 through 8, and Tom Judge End of Days Issue 1. So that's the actual issues. But Tom Judge 1 through 9. I think actually on Amazon itself, they just referred to it as Tom Judge The Rapture 1 through 9. And also, I believe the No, it wasn't. It was weird. On the order page it says ordered shipped, and that page on the track package page, the cover looked different than it did on the actual page itself. Like, you went to the page on Amazon's page, then went to track package and it changed the cover. No idea why I did that. At least for Iron Saint, the book itself was different, like, and how it was for Lord Bible Volume 2. The book was different. The actual book itself, the cover was different than the actual cover shown on Amazon's website. But it was even on the track package page, it was that same cover that was on the Amazon page. I don't know why they do that. It's really weird. So this is an author I don't really like, but I remember liking Isola by Brendan Fletcher. So I decided to get this book and the other book by him. Make sure there's no okay. So there's invoice. Don't want that flying out and me getting paranoid that someone can pause it and then they'll see the address on here. Another reason why I should probably wait. Oh, it's Brendan Fletcher and Carl Ketchel, the story. And then Carl Ketchel and Masask does the art. So I always hate that learning the hard way there as a co-author. It's like, well, if they've done some image comics I don't have, I gotta get that. So from what I remember, there was very little dialogue in Isola, and it was a fantasy comic too. I remember liking this book. But I believe I did get both volumes from third-party sellers, and Volume 1, at the very least, I think was used very good. I don't know about Volume 2, though. And this one collects 1 through 5 of Isola. Right? Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I was right, 1 through 5. Right on the money. Then Volume 2 collects 6 through 10, I believe. Ooh, what's this? I got a bookmark. What the hell? The way that they so this little, like, whatever the hell this is from, it looks like it came from the book itself. Like, if you bought this book itself, it came with this no matter what. Like, if I bought this off Amazon, I get the same bookmark. And it's not the third party seller giving it to me. Because it says on the back here, Challengers, Comics Plus Convention. Yeah. Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, I can't go there. Unless I got on a plane. So seeing everything, and 6 to 10. Yep, 6 to 10 of Isola. So all 10 issues in 2 volumes for Isola. Now, because I was like, you know what, I'm getting the other book by Brendan Fletcher. Let's get this book. I wasn't too terribly crazy about the first time. First time I read it, for whatever reason, I really loved it. And second time, for whatever reason, I was like, I'm not too great about the series. But just in general, I'm not a huge fan of Brendan Fletcher's writing. And thankfully, he's only written 2 series from Image Comics. This and Murder Crush. Again, I didn't double check to make sure, but... So it's written by Brendan Fletcher with artwork done by Cameron Stewart and Babs Tarr. And here's the artwork for Murder Crush. I think I'd like it again if I read it. I think I'd like it more if I read it again. Yeah, Volume 1. Again, this is again one that I had my local library. I think Volume 2 I had to get from Volume 2 I had to get somewhere else. But Volume 1 I had local library had it. Like, again, when I say local library, I mean the library I go to pick up books. When I say local library, 9 out of 10 times I mean Interloans. But I just never think to say Interloans for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think it's just so much easier for me to say local library than it is to say Interloans. So I'll always remember to say local library, but not, Yeah. So not every book that I have that I read before that I own in my collection is treated equally. Some of them I didn't like that much, but they're okay. Some I really liked. This is one of the ones that was okay. But the reason why I bought it was because it was like, you know what, it's the last 2 books I need from Brendan Fletcher. Just get them. And he had like a whole entire series itself that was featured in the Image Comics anthology, but that I don't count. Until I came out with an actual trade for it, but they won't. Maybe not. So this is Cannibal Volumes 1 and Volume 2. So sometimes I'll have a trend. So last year I got another Brian Buccellato book for my birthday. Last year I got another Brian Buccellato book, and so and the same for this year. And so it's funny how sometimes it'll happen. It's just like, yeah, and last year I got a Steve Orlando book for my birthday. Same this year. It's just kind of funny how that happens like clockwork. 1 through 4 for Cannibal Volume 1 and 5 through 8 for Volume 2. And this is one that I actually started at my library. They never had Volume 2, so I had to wait until I bought myself to finish the series. I remember thinking this is pretty damn good. Not the best Brian Buccolano book, but pretty damn good. I'm gonna show a better page. Page too dark. Yeah, all kinds of too dark. And it's not just because the lighting is getting darker, it's getting darker outside. That's why I have the lights on. Yeah, I'm thinking this one is pretty damn good. But I am like, and it was one that I honestly, the longest time, I was like, I can wait. So, we got, oh, I didn't put these in order. I didn't put these in the order they wanted to, so bear with me here. Okay, so that first, whoops, that first, okay. Alright, don't look like that, okay, it's fine. These after? Yes, these after. But, wait. We good? We're good, okay. So this next one, sometimes I'll get a book if there was like, oh, Blue and Green from Image Comics. There's also this series called the Unearthed Cemetery Blues. Now sometimes it's just like a huge, it's like super ironic. I forget which one it was, because there was one that it was basically like, how the hell, like I almost said to myself, is this a continuation of the series? Like I own them both. I forget which one it was, but sometimes that'll happen. I'm like, why the hell not? This one was used like new, and it was like, yeah, you can get it anywhere from May 14th to June 22nd. I was like, all right. It was one of the first books I got. It was like, I think from third-party seller at least. I think it was the third day I was getting books from third-party sellers. This came in. This is very quick. This is very fast. I was very pleased. This is written by Ryan Rubio and Thomas Boatwright. And it seems like it collects like, so I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna go by the table of contents. It collects The Curse of Wallace Manor, The Haunting of Hernsburg, and then The Inconvenience Store. I don't know. Oh, and Let's All Die in the Lobby. Reminds me of that. Now I have that Let's All Go to the Lobby song stuck in my head now. Thanks for that. But yeah, it's funny. It was funny. I had to get. Why the hell not? Oh, and another thing is, so sometimes I will find a book I've never heard about, and there's a damn good reason why I've never heard of this series, because this is the only thing the author has written, not just for Image Comics in general, comic, novel, or otherwise. Maybe they wrote a movie, but it's not credited, or a script for a movie. It's the only thing that is credited for Ryan Rubio. I always like that. I'll always consider getting a book if that's the case. It's like, you know what? We're done. And never have to get anything by the author unless he writes something else next year, right? Or this year or something like that. But so far, so good with these authors. Like, it's like they fell to face the earth, basically. Yeah, very weird little book, but I'm sure they'll get enough. I have no real expectations, so they can't really be lowered, can they? Finally. This is a long time coming to get Bloodstained Teeth Volume 2, Book 2. It's written by Christian Ward, and I believe the artwork is still done by him. Nope. Art and co-creator Patrick Reynolds, and Chapter 1's guest artist is Mac Shater. They actually mean issue 6. So yeah, 6 to 10 of Bloodstained Teeth. And this one, for the longest time, I was like, well, there's so many vampire books I need. Let's get them all at once. And I was like, you know what? No, for once and for all, let's get Bloodstained Teeth Volume 2. And then I kept doing is I kept being like, let's get it this month. No, I'm gonna get this book instead. Let's get this book instead. And finally, I'm like, you know what? I have one extra slot. Nothing else I'm dying to get. Let's get book 2 of Bloodstained Teeth once and for all. And honestly, like another reason why I decided to get it was because book 1 just took forever for me to actually get it. Of course, my cousin texted me the worst time. Okay, YouTube link on check after. because I was supposed to be here. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be doing a live stream the day after my birthday, unless we could technically. I doubt we could though. He'll be back from vacation then, but I doubt it. We'll probably have shit to do. So yeah, about the 18th, book 2. Oh, so book 1 just took forever to come in when I got book 1 way back when, and then when I got issue 1 rather than volume 1, and I was like, what the hell? Because it was a pre-order, and this had Amazon had a hiccup, and I got it from a third-party seller, and the third-party seller was like, oh no, this is issue 1. And they must have told that to Amazon too late, so I got issue 1. And keep in mind, I already had to wait like 4 damn days for the book to come in, so it was not a pre-order. It was the book I just ordered myself, not a pre-order. Yeah, it's like, you know what? Let's get book 2, because I would have gotten book 2 in a heartbeat back then. So what changed, you know? Oh, God forbid, there's 1,000 vampire comics from Image Comics. God forbid. Like, what? I thought that there was just 2? Come on now. It's dumb to think that. This is Twig by Scotty Young with artwork done by Kyle Stram. Now, some of these books, this is not everything. This isn't the last of what I needed from Scotty Young. But I was like, you know what? To hell with it. Let's break that rule. I did the same with Ron V, but technically with Ron V and Scotty Young, well, with Ron V, the only thing I don't have from him, the trade hasn't come out yet. And since I'm a trade waiter, as of right now, technically I do have everything I need from Ron V for Image Comics. But this one is just one that, like, the only 2 books I'd love to get from Scotty Young. One's I Hate Fairyland, which I didn't really like the first time I read it. I'll get it, but I was like, you know what? Let's do the last book I really, really liked from Scotty Young. That wasn't the Bully War book that I'm not even sure if I can get myself anyways. But this is Twig, written by Scotty Young, artwork done by Kyle Stram. 1 through 5 of Twig. And I remember really liking this book. This is a really, really damn good book. And it was one of those books that, one of the very few times, X11 Bravo, an Instagram buddy, he's the one that reached out to people, make sure they're feeling okay, which I think is a very, very phenomenal thing. Okay, it's more people need to do that. If I felt more comfortable, I would do that, but it's always someone doing it. So I'm like, you know what, he's doing it, so... And it's not like that. It's more just like, I know he's... Like, it's not like, if more people did it to me, I would do it to them, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I feel like X11 Bravo is the guy they hired to do that, you know, because he has time on his hands or whatever, I don't know, but he was one of the very few comments on my YouTube channel was saying, oh yeah, English Bell 66 Delta, Bell 66 Delta has these issues, some variant covers are really light, so I was like, wow, it's my perfect time, so I want to get this book, no, why not? Then we have another book. So this is the one I mentioned a long, long time ago. Last month. Well, why did I say it was a long time ago? Like it was, come on my brain. Why did you just do that? So this is one that I mentioned I was gonna get last month, but I didn't because this was the only thing that... There's another series that was written by him that had come out in May. I said May 2024. No, it's been out for so long, kicking on hiatus or canceled or delayed or so many times that it was actually May 2023 that the second series by him has been out for. So I decided to hell with it. We're gonna get Terror War by Saladin Ahmed, an author I do enjoy. I thought his, or is it her? I don't know off the top of my head. I thought, let's stay there. I thought their run on Ms. Marvel was pretty damn good. Not as good as G. Willow Wilson's run, but the best follow-up since. And this is 1 through 9 in Terror War. So it's one of those thick books, you know, for only $17.99. I will always get a book from Image Comics if it's a thick-ass book for a cheap price. Because I will forever want to support cheap comics, or a cheap price comic that is thicker than other books at the same price, you know. Good example is this next book right here called The Schlub, written by Ryan Stegman. You can kind of tell actually, that they're different sizes, same exact price. So this one is 160 pages according to Amazon, and this is over 200. And this one collects 6 issues. This one collects 9 issues. So I will always support collected editions that give you more for less. And so this is Saladin Ahmed. The artist is for Terror War, and the artist is David Costa for Terror War. Okay, guys, start putting in the other side because that's gonna fall over. We got a lot of books to go over. How long is it going on for? Oh my god, almost an hour. Alright, then we got The Schlub by Brian Stegman, 1 through 6. Artist is Tyrell Cannon, colored by Mike Spicer. Mike Spicer? Oh, no way! I think that's the artist behind Wonder Woman Dead Earth. In fact, I know it is. So he always teams up with, almost always teams up with Dan Warren Johnson. Actually, I'm going to double check to make sure. Because actually, there is a book that is, I think, the size of a DC Black Label Prestige Plus book. I want to do a comparison to it. Yep, I was right, Mike Spicer. Nice. These next two books is kind of funny. So I gave it to, so not all these books are books I bought myself. I ordered myself that, my parents gave me a budget. I ordered these books based on that budget. Some of these were from family, extended family, aunts and uncles, what have you. Twig, Schlub, and Terror War were all by one person. I still have 2 I'm waiting on for hopefully tomorrow. And then on from there, I'm definitely uploading this cut, by the way. But these 2 were books that I given to my sister's boyfriend because he lives with us, so he is already. We'll get him gifts for his birthday and vice versa. But honestly, probably because he lives with us. Like if he lived by himself, we probably, I think he still would. But it's one of those things that he seems to be more part of the family now. He lives with us, so we do birthday gifts for each other. And I am definitely gonna make up to him because he got me 2 books I've been waiting so long to get. First up, we have The Singularity OGN by Matt Groom, one of my favorite authors, based off of one book I've read by him, which was Self-Made. That was such a phenomenal book that now whenever I see Matt Groom's name behind the book, I'm like, I'm getting that or getting it from my local library. But everything that I've seen by him has been through Image, so I'm like, I'm getting that. And this is actually co-written by Bear McCreary and Matt Groom and a bunch of artists. And this is like a concept graphic novel for it's a song. It's a concept album graphic novel. There's a companion album that goes along with this comic. I'm definitely gonna listen to that now. But very cool. I like when comics are more experimental like that. So definitely might want to check out. And then we have the prequel to that Texas Blood, The Enfield Gang Massacre. Now this is one of those weird books, like with it was written by the Emmy Kubert. I don't know, but there was an Emma Kubert Image comic book that came out recently, and it was also kind of like more like looser, like lighter stock paper. It was really weird. But this is 1 through 6 of the Enfield Gang Massacre, written by Chris Condon with artwork done by Jacob Phillips. And here is the artwork. I don't know, because this is like the paper quality they use is like lighter. I think they're going for like an aesthetic. Don't know what kind of aesthetic, but going for an aesthetic. Okay, so 1 through 6 of Enfield Gang Massacre, prequel to that Texas. Oh, it was also one of those books that like everyone, no matter what side of the argument you're on, they all loved it. So I was like, you know what, I'm getting that book. The whole entire Texas Blood series that everyone seems to love. It's one of those books that like one of those diamonds in the rough. Now on to the one where I'm comparing it to. Oh my god, it's actually bigger. Not by much either, and wider. Slightly taller than your average DC Prestige Plus book. So there's the aforementioned Mike Spicer book. This book is Noah. Now, I will fully admit the only reason why I got this was because of dimensions. So there is a movie, and this is one of the only movies I got, called Noah. So I had to get the movie along with the graphic novel, so I can watch the movie. I own the movies, I can watch it whenever. I can read the graphic novel and everything. I own the graphic novel. But I will fully admit that I only got this because of the fact that the dimensions were huge. And it was like, you know what, let's get this one as well. Because I knew that the Noah Noah movie was out ever since it came out in theaters. I never checked it out. I thought it wasn't too great. Never checked it out. Never had any interest in checking the movie until now. And it's actually written by Darren. This is actually the graphic novel was actually written by Darren Aronofsky, co-written by Ari Handel, with artwork done by Nico Henry-chan. Another reason why I got this book because he did the artwork for Pret of Baghdad, an absolutely phenomenal book everyone needs to read right now. Written by Frank A. Vaughan. That one was done by Vertigo, so if it was done by Image, I would have had it like back in I would have bought it myself back in January. But it's Vertigo, and I can only quote unquote afford to get books from one third party, from one publisher. So yeah, no. This is I wonder if the third party seller bought this off of Sam's Club because this is their little price tag thing. Kind of funny. And no, my Sam's Club doesn't have graphic novels. I wish they did. It'd be awesome. Because it would always be like at least like what 30% off. It's a good deal. So it does come with this little slipcase thing. I'm gonna keep. I don't know why you keep that. I don't know, so keep it hidden from any wandering eyes. Like, the little kid picks it up, and that's the only thing that stops them is that little bookmark thing there. I don't know. But here is the artwork. The actual graphic novel based off the movie. I had to get it. It's from Image, too. And she's like, you know what? Let's get it. It's cool little book. And also, I got 2 other Bible books this month, so let's continue that trend. I can't put that back on. And this one was next one, sorry. Oh, I shouldn't, no, because why'd I go in that order? Oh, I'm an idiot. So, I was supposed to go from, this is a good way of, it's a good way of, what am I saying so weird? Okay. Alright, spit it out. Alright. It's a good way. It's a good reason for why. Yeah, it's a good reason for why I do like the complete birthday haul, part 1, then complete birthday haul, then complete May haul. It's because sometimes make huge mistakes like this that otherwise would piss me off because like, hey, like this is the only time I'm gonna be showing off these books. I want to do another cut. No, I don't have to. Actually, speaking of which, I can kind of hurry up. So now I can do complete haul and then complete birthday haul. Then I can do a more revamped edition. It's a Bingo Love Jackpot edition. Book I thought was pretty damn good actually. Like for a lesbian love story, I thought was pretty damn good. Like it avoided some tropes. Some tropes, yeah, it has, but like I think it told the story. It seemed believable at least. Written by T. Franklin, but a bunch of other writers have little bonus stories. You got bonus stories from Bennett that also wrote this series, Mom, that I only got because it was used good. I want to see what a used book condition would come in, what the condition would look like. Because this book I didn't really like at all. Actually, one of my most hated books. But I want to do like a full review of it. And again, for these full reviews, I don't want it to be my library's copy. I want it to be my copy. So there you go. So you got bonus stories by Margaret Bennett. I know for a fact that Gail Simone has a bonus story in here. And this was one that was from a third-party seller of Amazon used like new, and it seems like someone stepped on it. Like it's like this little step right here. Maybe I did by accident. I don't know. Maybe the Amazon people did by accident. I don't know. But that's the only thing. It's just a little bang thing. It's who cares. Here's the artwork. T. Franklin. All in one, by the way. It's an OGN. The actual OGN itself is like 80 pages. This one is actually 1 through 3 for Mom, written by Amelia Clark. Written by Amelia Clark. Really, it's written by Margaret Bennett. With artwork done by Layla Lees. And you cannot tell this is used good. So I will definitely keep Glenn the Bookseller in mind when I get anything from him because I will know that he likes to I'm gonna say he's because Glenn is someone's name. I'm gonna say he from now on. I know he will definitely take good care of his books. You know what I'm saying. And no previously owned library books this time. I tried. I thought this one was a previously owned library book, but I found out too late. I was like, no, there's a Thrift Books copy. Oopsie. And then we have, this is the other book my sister got me for me, along with Noah, the movie and graphic novel. This is Scrapper by Cliff Bleszinski. I know the second author is Alex Acampi, and I know that the whole Ed Piscor thing, and I do kind of regret getting this book, but it was also something I wanted to read when it was first announced, when the issues were coming out. You know, I'm a huge separate the art from the artist kind of person. And honestly, this is more of a Cliff book than a Alex Acampi book. I don't care what I hear. She was too busy bullying people on Twitter to write this book. So she probably just was like, yeah, so this happens, credit me, bye. And if you don't credit me, I'll bully you too. So that's what we're going to say. And honestly, you know, she should... I'm not going to get into it. This is 1 through 6, I believe. What does it say? Gotta try to hurry up because I feel like any minute now we're gonna run out of storage space and it's gonna end the video prematurely. I'm gonna say 1 through 6 is Scrapper. Very thick book and one of the very few image books that comes out right with the first printing is a hardcover. Usually it's soft cover, but sometimes like with Mama it's a soft cover first. And looks like it's a regular, like standard size format for the hardcover. The rest of these are OGNs, by the way. So we got, actually artwork for this book. I know we did Finger Love. So here's the artwork for Scrapper. And I don't know if I did it for Mom. Mother of Madness. The Emilia Clarke book. There's the artwork for that book. So here's Purdy by Kickley, written and drawn. I think this is pretty damn good. It was really weird, really strange, but really good. I remember liking it enough. So there you go. And the last but not least, the other book, Victor Chalachev book, and that is Farone. And this is in black and white. I knew there was one that was black and white. But that, as they say, is that. 43 plus books already. And we already have 50 books that I got this month. Because I got some books earlier this month. That, as I say, is that. I have held you guys for an hour and 7 minutes. I think we're done. And if I forgot to show off the artwork for one book, tune in for part 2. Or tune in for a complete birthday haul and complete May haul, for where I will definitely do that. And I'll probably have to, wait to do this. I'll definitely have to make sure I have plenty of storage space so I won't have to worry about running out. In fact, I will check after this. That, as I say, is that. Finally, birthday haul.